everyone, this is Bo from the Mabi server. I'm here to do a video on how to make gold. Um, I would have to say that these are the very basic ways of making gold. They're not really super dark secrets of making gold, but they will be a lot easier / better than just standing around in a shop with a shop saying selling alchemy crystals or something like that. So don't do that. Anyways, there are three. I would have to say there are three different types of people in the game. There are, and this is just like my personal opinion, by the way. There are three different types of people in terms of making gold. There's the type that likes to fight and combat and do runs and missions and raids and all that good stuff. Basically, they want to be active. They want to like kill things with their fists and stuff. Just want to like fight, like ah. So there's that category, and then the second category of people who are like, like I don't mind fighting, but I'm lazy. Like I don't want to do anything. I don't mind fighting. So that's the second type of person, people, in terms of making gold. And the last kind is like, you know what? I don't want to do anything at all. The third type of people who just want to like literally just give me gold, and I'll just stand around, and that's good enough for me. So let's get right down to the first category of people in terms of combating. Probably one of the easiest, best way, or good way to get some gold is just literally you're doing the dailies each day. And I know I've like mentioned dailies so many times in my EXP video and my leveling video, or is it leveling? I forgot. But like I've always mentioned shadow missions. Yeah. You can do the, if you notice on the shadow mission, let me click on it. You can see that the gold difference here is not that great. It's like only 1,500 for like basic, of course. So you're probably like, Bobo, you're such a liar. And then in hard mode, you have like 4,500 only. In elite, you have like 6,000. It's like, that's crappy. It's like if you click on the other ones, it's not much of a huge difference, but it's kind of like double dipping, I guess. So if you're kind of like the combat-y type, and then you want to also make a lot of gold, it's not just doing the dailies. You actually have to kind of like beef it up a little bit by adding extras to it. So if you have things like a mysterious robe with EXP boost or something like that, or even like mission boost, whatever it's called, it'll help you get a lot out of your event, or I mean your run. But to get more gold, actually, is you want to use shadow crystals, and those are the things that come out from gachapons, unfortunately, or you can buy them from other players. These will greatly increase the amount of not just the XP, but also it will help with some of the gold as well. So that is one thing to keep in mind. It's like when you do a daily or you do an elite run or something like that, this is the way to go. Another I guess the most common way to get gold in terms of combating is actually missions. Daily missions are only for those who just kind of want to either solo or something like that, or even have a smaller party. But if you have a good, strong party, actually Lord runs is the best way to go. Spamming things like, where is it? Skatach Caverns. It's really fairly, out of all three of these Lord runs, it's actually the easiest one. And look at that amount of gold that you can get for it. If you use a shadow crystal, you can get quite a bit more. And lots of EXP, of course, too. So if you're high enough and you're able to do Lord missions with a group of people, and actually a very good group of people, you can finish the Lord run within just a few minutes or so. So that is for all the combat type of people who wants to make lots of gold. Then you have the people who are kind of like, I don't mind combating, but I'm kind of lazy, or it's not just that, but they can just be, I can combat, but the downside is I'm not that strong, or I can't do high level missions, so like, can you give me something else to do? And I find another great way to make gold is commercing. It's actually one of the most effective ways to make gold if you're into combating, but at the same time you're also lazy a little bit, because commercing is actually very easy. I don't know if I did a video on commercing, but oh, hi, oops, I'm this way. Gotta say hello to my fellow guildies. Anyways, I feel that commercing is actually very effective in terms of making gold for those who are kind of not that strong, but at the same time they are decently strong but kind of lazy. Because commercing, all you gotta do is carry goods to one town to another. As you do that more often, you start to build up your commercing. Let's see, what is it? Your commercing level for each town, and then you start getting better rewards, more expensive stuff to transport. Now the downside to that is that the more expensive and more higher level you get into commercing, the more harder, what do you call it, the more harder the bandits will be if they spawn. So it's always great to do this with a big party, or a fairly good party, have a commerce party, so that way you don't end up fighting all that stuff alone. So that is one thing for commercing. And I can't really show you guys how much gold you can get, because like it kind of fluctuates, but not only are you getting gold, you're also getting ducats as well, and that's good for rewards. Here, where is it? Rewards that you might want to buy, like excuse me, red upgrade stones. I mean, this is literally the only place you can buy red upgrade stones besides buying it from other players. I kind of feel that buying it from other players for gold is much more easier, but if you're actually really good at commercing and 250,000 ducats is nothing, then you can get red upgrade stones right here. And other former weapons as well. Just keep in mind that if you do get certain weapons that are in here, like former stuff, I believe you can only repair them with ducats. I know it sucks. But those are for the fellow commercees. Blueberry. A fellow commercees who just want to do only commercing and not really want to fight. But though keep in mind that if you do spawn bandits, you will have to fight. So if you just dodge them, you're good. You don't even have to fight anything. But it's just a lot of time consuming, I guess, because you have to go from one town to another on a mount of either elephant, wagon, hand cart. Really depends on what commerce level you are. If you do have things like letters of guarantees, which also comes from gachapon, so I believe you can get them from other players, tradable ones at least. But they will help greatly increase the amount of gold and EXP and ducats you receive from commercing. So that will help you get some gold. And it's fairly easy to do. Let's see. So that is for those people who are kind of like, they can combat, maybe not too well, but they don't want to do much. Pretty much commercing is pretty popular. Just because you can literally just zone out and do other things while you're commercing. Like you can watch YouTube while you're commercing, but just make sure you don't run into anything. As long as you have a great party with you and you have one lead person in front, making sure that everyone dodges all the bandits, you can just literally just zone out. Anyways, last one, and probably the most popular one, I bet, is the people who just don't want to do anything, don't want to fight, they just want to stand around, they don't want to do anything. Honestly, the only way you can get gold from not doing anything in Mabi is to go into merchanting. And I don't mean like merchant talent or what, but I'm talking about actual merchanting. So I'm going to jump over to Belfast and show you guys. Now there are two, oh, my screen's not loaded yet, there you go. There are two main towns that most people sell things in. You gotta look at the popular channels like Channel 1, I believe, for hours in the Mabi server. Jump to Channel 1. And it is the merchant channel. No, I aged. Okay, anyways. It is the merchant channel. So this is where a lot of people hide names. This is where the people sell things. Lots and lots and lots of things. So it's just strictly just keeping a shop open and selling things. The other place is Dumbarton. I'm pretty sure it's most of the new players know that see Dumbarton as a kind of like a starting point of selling things. A lot of the more expensive, rarer things I feel are in Belfast. So just remember that, I guess. And I guess the question is, how do I sell things if I don't have things to sell? That's the kicker, is that there are always going to be some sort of like great deal, or I'll be honest, there's going to be dumb people who price things too low to the point that they forgot a zero or something. And if you're able to nab that before they realize it, I know I'm being a bad influence right now, then you can always resell it for higher. And that's basically what it is, buy low, sell high. And it's kind of like commercing in a way, but it's more harder just because you have to constantly be around this area, and it's not fun. You're still technically doing something in a way, but you're not fighting. You're just gonna be like browsing the shops. Now, if you have honestly, the best way to make gold, if I had to be honest, is to spend money in Mabi. And if you actually do have money to buy gachapons or buy things from the cash shop, like fine reforges or even Credence reforges, they sell for quite a bit. And I can't really say what the price is because it's all different in different servers. But if you look around the other shops, you can kind of get a general idea of how much they are worth. Now, do keep in mind that you don't want to be one of those douchey people who price their fine reforges at like 2.5 mil, and have a shop that says like fine reforges for 250k when it's really priced wrong. Because in all fairity of the game, there are some people who will be too dumb to actually count the zeros and might actually think that they were 250k and actually buy it, like straight up buy it, and that's really unfortunate for them. I mean, for you said great because you just made 2.5 mil, but don't do that. Don't be those people. You're gonna get a lot of hate. So that is one thing, is buying things from the cash shop and selling them to other players, because there's a lot of people. This game is free. You guys already know this game is free, and a lot of people don't spend money in this game. They can only spend gold, so if you're able to actually spend money and sell it to them, then it's all good. So that is like basically part of the merchant thingy. If you have VIP service or premium service, you can always get a house. And what the house does is you can always put stuff in your house and then sell it to other players, and they can see it on the board right here. Housing board right here. And it's always great to have a house just because you don't have to actually be online with the shop out like here to sell things, because you can just put it in, price it, and then be gone. However, you do have to keep restoring your flyers, otherwise they won't show up on the board. And also the board is kind of like all the stuff on the board usually are more expensive than the ones you see in the shop, just because a lot of people tend to run to the board first instead of browse around the shops here. So you kind of have leverage in terms of pricing your items. You can find like a really your item can be like the only one on the board. Like, oh my god, my item is the only one on the board. I'm gonna like price how much I want to. So that's the merchanting way. Can't really tell you guys how much to price certain things. Like I said, it's all different in different servers. Also, if you have service, another way to make money, literally just by just standing around and only clicking. And a lot of people don't do this anymore just because it's kind of boring and not really that effective. Is to farm. And I don't mean farming by killing mobs. I mean literally like to farm. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can. Oh, there's a moon gate here. Oh wait, no, I can count warp, right? No, I can't count warp. Alright. Let's see if there's a moon gate around here. I know Belbest has like moon gates. Ah, right there. I see it. And the farming feature kinda died a little bit just because they made it to service only. Kinda made me upset because it was literally the one thing I used back then to make money when I didn't have things to sell, when I didn't want to fight, when I just wanted to stand around and click on something and just make money off of that. That was like the best way to make money. But now, unfortunately, in order to make money off of farming, you do need service for it. So if you can shell out a few bucks for service, this probably is not bad in terms of making money. Now the farming area is in Taltine. And pretty much what it is you buy a lot and you grow some crops. Now I'm not going to go into depth about the farming just because it can just make this video much more longer than it needs to be, but I will tell you just kind of like how to start it. The farming area is in Taltine and it's located at the farm manager. Go fly over there. So you can see it's like out of nowhere. Nobody really does this anymore, but if you actually do it and there's actually nobody doing it, it's great because you can sell it for the highest price. Because how farming works is that you're gonna get a lot, you're gonna grow some crops, and then once the week is over, you're gonna take those crops, harvest those crops, and then sell it back to this guy here. And if you're the only one that's selling it, you get pretty much like the highest amount, I believe, at the starting price. As more and more people start selling their crops, the price drops down a bit. So you want to be like the first person to sell it before the once the price resets. So I'm gonna talk to this guy, and if you do like, let's see, I don't think I have service, but let me see what happens if I click on it. Release. I'm sorry, but you can only borrow field when you are a premium user or using VIP service. Wow, jerk! I'll pull that ponytail right off your head. So that's the unfortunate thing. I can't really show you guys how to do the farming right now because I don't have the service. But if you do have service, you can buy a lot for 30k. You'll randomly choose a lot. And it's all different in all servers. I mean, in all channels, sorry, I believe. So you can see these farm fields right here. These are all the farming lots area. Boop, boop. And basically what's going to happen is once you farm a lot and you get the crops that you want to sell, that you want to grow, you just put them down here and you're going to have features to water them right here, but I can't use them. Water them, fertilize them, or do bug catching. And basically you just have to maintain your crops. Maybe do it about like every once a day or so. I forgot actually. And then they'll grow. But they will disappear back into your inbox, into your mailbox if you don't harvest them within the week. So you kind of have to finish growing them in a way within a week. So you can't just stand here and then once and not like click again after X amount of days, because then they'll just start to like rot or whatever. They'll just go down, or actually they won't go up. So that's basically farming. Once you get the crops and you sell them back to the farm manager, he'll give you some gold for it. I believe when I did things like strawberries or so, which was actually hard, like the one that needed the most maintenance, I believe. I made roughly around maybe 2 to 3. It could be up to 4, I think, if you're really good at selling it right on time. 2 to 300,000 gold a week. So that's pretty good for not doing anything. For the whole week, kind of. So that is basically farming in Mabinogi. Probably I'll do a video later on in depth more about this feature once I get service, but not for now. For now, I'm just letting you guys know that farming is one of them. So I hope you guys like my video on how to make gold. Be sure you're not doing like really long tedious things like killing mobs for gold drops, because eventually there's gonna be a camping penalty and then you won't be getting like much like that's just a waste of time, right? Unless you're doing shadow missions. That's a little bit different. So that is my video on how to make gold. If you guys have any other questions or any other actual like better methods of making gold, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and or leave any other questions or requested videos you guys would want from me. Alright, thanks you guys for watching today, and I really appreciate you guys sticking around and giving comments and stuff like that. Makes me happy. Tear, shed a tear. And I'll see you guys next week.